Water, earth, fire, air.
What's going on, y'all boys? It's man MK. Welcome back to another reaction. Today, you already know, official divine. How strong is air? Now, we already reacted to fire and water. Water was strong as shit. Fire was just destructive as shit, just as strong. But air, out of all the elements, I ain't gonna lie, air might be crazy. At least if you know an Avatar: The Last Airbender. I ain't gonna lie, air got it. The Air Nation, strongest element. But we go see if that translates into real life. All I ask you guys to do in real life though is to like, comment, subscribe, share with your mom, dad, sister, brother, cat, dog, and a hog that you keep in the back of the barn. And I ain't gonna hold you guys no longer. Let's just go ahead and get right into the video, man.
Air. Out of all of the dangerous elements in the entire universe, one of the strongest is one you can't see. The gas that can cause all of us to die, but we need every breath to live. God's way of creating life. The universe's exhale. How strong is... Air isn't just emptiness, it's an army of invisible warriors. 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, the rest a volatile mix of argon, carbon dioxide, and trace elements. Billions of molecules per breath, colliding at speeds of over 500 meters per second. To the untrained eye, it's nothing, but to science, it's the silent engine of life and death. At sea level, air exerts pressure on everything around us, about 14.7 pounds per square inch. Sounds small? Multiply that across the human body, and that's over 20,000 pounds of force constantly pressing against you. And the only reason that you don't feel it is because you're used to it. But in reality, you're literally being crushed by the sky every second. Now let's scale this up.
That's kind of crazy to think. So right now we're getting punched in our shit by air. I ain't gonna lie, y'all getting punched in y'all shit right now. Get up, nigga. But nah, 20,000 pounds of force.
Even higher, air pressure powers hurricanes, the strongest natural weapons on Earth. A Category 5 hurricane can unleash winds over 157 miles per hour or 252 kilometers an hour. The wind doesn't need a blade. It slices with velocity. Wind speed can be a gentle breeze or a planet-punching uppercut. Tornadoes are created when warm, moist air rises and cool air falls, creating a spinning air current inside the cloud. Tornadoes can tear apart cities with speeds over 300 miles per hour. That's enough to launch a truck through a building. Jet streams, high-altitude air rivers.
Would you guys want, like, to be inside of a tornado? I ain't gonna lie, if there was a way for me to be inside like these things, I'd do it, like with 100% survival rate, of course. I would want to be inside of a goddamn the eye of a hurricane. That'll probably look clean. Goddamn, inside of tornadoes, cyclone, fucking all that shit would just be clean. I just would want to see what it looks like. Like, let me go around a few times, like, you know what I'm saying? How fast can I really go? You feel me? Feel like I'm flying.
Flow at over 250 miles per hour, subtly steering the path of storms, weather systems, and even planes. And then there are shock waves. When something moves faster than the speed of sound, 343 meters a second, air slaps reality so hard, it...
Boom.
Every time a jet breaks the sound barrier, air screams in a thunderous applause. Air has no edges, yet cuts like a god. Compressed air, when focused, can pierce through metal. That's how pneumatic tools and industrial cutters work, not with blades, but with air pressure sharp enough to split atoms of resistance. Have you ever heard of a gas laser? That's air made into light. Light turned into a beam that cuts through concrete. Sandstorms are just air literally kicking up dust. and
what
weaponizing
destroyed
it,
Maui.
moving so fast the particles strip paint from walls and flesh from bone. Air doesn't always carry mercy, sometimes it carries teeth. Air is the medium which shockwaves travel, explosions expand, and sound is born. No air, no sound, no heat transfer, no breath.
I like that
no
edit
life.
how you just did
Air is
that.
the gatekeeper of respiration, the reason mitochondria keeps your blood humming with energy. Every breath you take is a pact with the unseen king, and every exhale is a prayer sent back to the atmosphere. Air can hold up 1.2 million pound steel birds in the sky, and even more impressive, the clouds themselves. The average cumulus cloud weighs over 1 million pounds or 500 tons. That's the weight of 100 fully loaded African elephants suspended in the sky, just hovering over your head like it's nothing. So how do they float? It's air, but not just any air, an atmospheric ballet of physics and unseen forces. You see, clouds are made up of tiny water droplets or ice crystals that spread across miles. These droplets are microscopic, and even though they weigh a lot collectively, they spread out so thinly and evenly that the surrounding air pressure keeps them buoyant. Volcanoes erupt, air spreads the ash, stars explode. The remnants pass through cosmic gas. Even the Big Bang happened in a sea of subatomic particles, many of which would later become the foundations of what we call air. Even the strongest punch, whether from a boxer or literally anyone else, means nothing if it doesn't cut through air first. A nuclear bomb detonating in a vacuum would be all bark and no bite. But with air, that's a 2-kiloton slap that shatters glass 10 kilometers away and liquefies organs from shockwave reverberation. That's air being weaponized. That's the invisible becoming invincible. In mythology, gods use wind to part the skies and level kingdoms. In reality, the jet stream has more energy than 10,000 nuclear bombs, constantly reshaping the skies. Air can fuel wildfire.
Did he just say a jet stream is stronger than this shit? No. I know he's not talking about a jet stream is stronger than a nuclear bomb. I gotta rehear that.
Level kingdoms. In reality, the jet stream has more energy than 10,000 nuclear bombs, constantly reshaping the skies. Air can fuel wildfires, snuff out candles, lift steel, or suffocate armies. No matter who or what you are, one thing is in common. Air is always part of the equation. We need it to survive, but in the wrong conditions, it's our executioner. You can drown in water. It's not the liquid that kills you, it's the lack of air. Climb too high and the air thins out, you'll beg for it, but suffocate in its absence. Go too deep, and the pressure of its silence will crush your bones. It simply stops giving, and you stop living. But air doesn't need to leave you to destroy you. It can stab you in the back. Hypoxia or too much oxygen can corrode your lungs. The bends, nitrogen poisoning from rapid decompression can bubble your blood. Winds moving over 200 miles an hour can tear limbs like paper. It shapes continents, carries sound, spreads heat, cycles water, and lifts steel birds into heaven. It wears down mountains grain by grain. It spins entire planets on its back. Air is entropy in disguise, wearing the mask of serenity. It fuels fires, feeds oceans, and guides storms, but can suffocate, shred, and erase. It's not malevolent, but it's not merciful either. It's indifferent, the perfect balance of creation and collapse. But air extends far beyond just our world. On Venus, the atmosphere here crushes you at 92 times the pressure of Earth. That's like being 3,000 feet under the ocean, but you're walking on land. Walk on Venus, and the air doesn't just sit on you. It crushes, melts, and burns. Made of mostly carbon dioxide with sulfuric acid clouds above, now entering into the realm of the gods. Jupiter, no solid ground, just layers upon layers of crushing gas. As you fall deeper, the air grows denser and more violent, until it becomes liquid under pressure. The winds on Jupiter rage at 300+ miles an hour, endless hurricanes the size of Earth itself, like the Great Red Spot, a storm that's been howling for centuries. But this is air still holding back. Overall, air would scale to boundless with irrelevant speed. And
boundless to irrelevant speed. Someone paid $50 to see how strong is air. You can make money off of everything. But look, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, air is probably, at least to me, the strongest element from, if we're going based off of like Avatar, The Last Airbender, or things like that. But in real life, I would still, if I could have any elemental power, I would still want air, just because of how much you'll be able to do with it. Like, because with water, you will have to be near water, right? So you're going to be living on the coast. With fire, you're going to have to see, if we're doing water like that, where you have to be by water, then fire, you will have to be by fire in order to control fire. You see how I'm saying? And with earth, you know what I'm saying, gotta be near earth. Can't just be popping out of nowhere. But you know what you can pop out of nowhere? You feel what I'm saying? So air all the way. I am the next air nomad, the next Avatar. I will be stronger than Aang. Well, if you guys enjoyed that video, it will be the first link in the description box below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out, man.